Sophie's the sidekick, wagging her tail. In the land of pixels, she'll never fail. Gamers unite under Christmas lights. In this corner of Twitch, everything's alright. 8-bits of cheer, Sophie's near. Building worlds with holiday gear. Stream it loud, let the joy ignite. Christmas coding with 8-bitsabyte.
Good morning, everyone. 8-Bits here with a happy New Year's Eve. What day is it? Wednesday. I am so out of sorts because of the taking vacation time. But I have to go back to work tomorrow. So that'll be fun. But I hope everyone's doing well. And Homeless, why do your neighbors hate you? That's probably not a good thing, right? Today we're going. Hi, Soph. Today we're going to be trying to clean up and put the pieces of the game together, right? So we're going to try and make it so that it's a little more fluid. We got a whole bunch of different components, but we're going to try to make it a little more fluid, right? Right, Soph? Yeah. Because you blasted the song. I like that song. I need to come up with a new one because I think this weekend I'll be dropping off the holiday look overall, right? So the screen behind me, all that stuff, it's all going to get changed. Go back to the cyberpunk one. But I won't probably do that till like Monday. All right. What did I do? Yesterday, I did spend a decent amount of time working on things. I also played a bit of Warhammer 40K, Chaos Gates, right? It's a real, I really enjoy it. Good morning, Kelvar. You did not blast a song. Will the neighbors still respect you? Possibly. There is a good chance they will still respect you. Yeah. What's up, Sophie? You have to wait. All right. Outside of that, I don't think there was any news since yesterday, although there is a bunch of sales going on, right? Here's one for like Wizard with a Gun. It's 95% off, which is kind of cool. You have to go to Instant Gaming to get it. But yeah, it's on sale right now, and it works for Steam. And it's a cool game. It's a neat game. And if you don't know it, this is Instant Gaming or instant-gaming.com. It's another site that gives you like deals on games and stuff. All right. Outside of that, like I said, I don't think there was a whole lot since from like yesterday. I guess we'll just drop back in and sort of see where I'm at with stuff, right? All right, let's switch over. At least today, the Stream Deck seems to be working. Do you grab the free assets Unreal gives out every 2 weeks? Been hoarding for years? No. No, I don't grab any of that stuff. I look for GameMaker stuff. But I don't really look like for everything. All right. where are we with stuff? Well, we're going to go ahead and start the game, and we'll walk through a couple things. What I'm currently trying to do here was make a enemy respawn system, right? All right, so here we are with my goofy player character, right? I couldn't find one that I liked, so this is what it is. It's fine, right? We have a couple different NPCs walking around, a couple that still need a name to them. But we got Captain O and Brewer the Barkeep and Pinooch walking around here. But you can go ahead and talk to the Barkeep. Oh, before we even do that, the game is available now. Here, we'll put that up and we'll pin it. All right. So it is up and running. You can play this on this current version on the itch page. And I heard a Sophie treat. Come here, girl. Sit. Okay. Thank you for the Sophie treat, homeless. She appreciates it. All right, so you need a job. We'll pick up the job. And it's going to be rats. Of course. Accept the quest. All right. If you forget, you hit J for journal, and you can see where it is in the tavern cellar. And you go here, and this is where the main quest is going to be. There's obviously nothing in there. We're going to work on the cellar a bit today, along with some other stuff. But then we're out here. You can run around. Got a bunch of different NPCs out here. And there's a rat. And I finished off some of the attack system yesterday, so now it works just a little bit better. I still need symbols for my buttons, but that's all right. We'll figure something out for those, right? So you have light attack. Then you have a heavy attack. And go here. And as you use your attacks, your energy bar goes down, right? So you need to defend. And it creates a little bubble, like replenishes your stamina bar, energy bar, whatever you want to call it. A decent amount, and then you can attack. There we are. And welcome in, Brewer. How is your morning going? Game's coming along. Newest update went out on this last night. So now we're like, oh, we're a little bit low on health, right? Oh, I should make this bigger. Helps when you're not paying attention, huh? All right. So health is a little bit low, right? You can open up your inventory. We have a rat's tail from killing one of the rats. And you use the potion or the apple. And the apple, all the food replenishes health. And we have one rat tail. So the progress on the quest is now working. That was not working yesterday. I just had it linked incorrectly. And the switch between here and there is a little more fluid. So it's overall, it's working pretty good. I'm gonna move that and start trying to work on some of the stuff that's not. You're all right. A little sleepy, yeah. I've been slowly adjusting my schedule the last couple of days to get back to used to waking up at like 5:45, 5:30, something like that, right? Because I go back to work tomorrow, which means 7 a.m. work time on New Year's Day. It just didn't work that I had enough time off for one more day. That's all right. But it gives me only 2 work days this week, right? So I only have to work Thursday and Friday, and then I'm off again for 3 days. So I think it's fine. All right, we'll go into the tavern so it's not music all the time on it. I do need I need to find a little better 8-bit retro music than this, right? Because I don't know, that one is just not. It's a good filler, but okay. So one of the main things like I said, we're going to work on today is we need to. Let me get this out of the way again. Work on our basement. Yeah, I have lots and lots of sounds. Hoping I can, in there somewhere is going to be the noise or the sound that I like for the town. But we'll see, right? Also, I'm in the middle of trying to get a enemy respawn to work, right? Because what I want is when you kill an enemy, it'll have a delay, and after about, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes, somewhere in there, so it's random right now, the enemy respawns. Ryosh, welcome in. All the secrets are in the basement. They are. And it does confuse people because they're like, oh, you have to go kill the rats in the basement. Well, you go into the basement, there's no rats yet. Because I just was like, oh, I need to make the basement, put stuff into the cellar. I was like, whoops. The whole time you're playing it, when I'm doing stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, I put them all in the marsh, so for testing. And I have one outside of like here, but I did make the quest person say they're in the basement. Like, you got to go to the cellar to kill all the rats. And I was like, that was not very smart on my part. All right, so let's make this thing, I guess. I have the teleports working, so you can teleport into here. But yeah. So yeah, if you are playing it, because it's pinned up on the top of the chat, right? Just remember, there's nothing actually in the basement. You can run around all you want down there, but there's nothing in there. You're going to want to come out and go into the marsh and defeat the rats in there. And I put a temporary sewer grate thing here because I was like, oh, it'd be kind of neat if you could go into like a sewer for the town. also, but that's probably not going to stay there. There's not time between now and I think Sunday to put all that in. All right, let me turn on some music. All right. And Sunday is going to be, I think, the last day for this project. And then Monday, there is no stream because I got to go to the dentist first thing in the morning. They're yanking one of my teeth out. The old fillings finally decided they don't want to work anymore and kind of broke out, and they're like, well, tooth's kind of not worth much. It should probably come out. And it's one of the very, very back, like, molar ones. So, it's fine. It'll be fine. Alright, let's see. Let me try to get my stuff set here. Lost that one on your right side for the exact same reason. Yeah. Oh, yours is on the bottom. Mine's the top one. Although they think the bottom one should come out eventually too. The very back one. You know, you had all these like old, I don't know, metal, whatever stuff they used, right? Growing up. Slowly breaks apart, you know, then your tooth is breaking apart, and yeah. And they're the very back one, so like I'm not gonna replace it. It's pointless to spend the extra money to get like a new tooth put in up here on the very, very back. I'm like, I don't see the point. I don't see the point on it. All right, we need tile stuff, right? And you probably can't see it, but I'm looking at a giant tile set. We're gonna try to make some stuff here, right? And then once we get this done, we'll be able to put up the rats and all that other fun stuff in here. So then by the end of today, it should be updated, right? I think that's kind of it. You don't really see much here. So, what do I need? I need like an edging put on this. Hamster won't come in. How you doing? How are things with your stuff going? All right, we're going to use, and again, you can't see it, so let me drag it over here for a minute. We're going to use some of this edging up here to put around the place. So at least it'll look kind of like there's something there. Going good. You're working on a potential soft lock fix. It's ridiculous. What was what was the issue for it? All right, if we put this all the way around, the edge. Like that. At least it'll make it look kind of like there's a wall there. Right? It gets a little tough sometimes trying to figure it out because you're like, oh, I want something here. But you have to think about it. Like, you can't just draw, like, a wall. I mean, you could. But this way, looking down at it is a little bit better. Right? So we'll do that. We'll put this right there. Irishon Games, good guy. Posted the player could potentially be such a bad shot with the bow that he runs out of some arrows and being unable to escape the trapped room. So you're making a way for the player to get unlimited arrows, arrow refills in the room. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that would probably be bad if you got stuck without the running out of ammo or something and not having the ability to get out, right? All right. We need what? We need tile furniture. We're gonna make it like a storehouse. Now, I am just placing a lot of the tiles for now. I still, for some of this stuff, I want to make it like into objects. And I guess we could have like, I don't know, it's the basement. What else do we have? Some extra tables, maybe? We could put that down here. A couple small tables. Like that. What do we want? Some chairs. Maybe some stools. That's sort of starting to look like a cellar to a pub, right? And I think if we here. We could probably put some of this stuff up. I don't have a huge item list for this set. I just have like this. There. That looks pretty good, right? Let's throw some more crates of stuff. We do have some barrels. We could do barrels. All right. Our cellar basement's coming along nice, I think. Like that. There. All right, so we have a quick cellar being made, and I think it looks okay. I'm gonna stop the game there. We'll start it up here in a minute, go down into it, and see what it looks like. None of the stuff is blocked, so I'll just be able to run over everything, but that's okay. We'll fix that. What if do we want like I don't know. I think it's fine. Yeah, it looks good, right? Just doing it quick. All right, let's save it. And get it started up here again. Come on, OBS. You can do it. There we are. Yeah, there's no music to it yet. Not in here. I still need to find a good tavern sound. I have a couple that have like voices going, that kind of stuff. I don't know if that's really what I want. What's going on here? Let's go check out our basement. To the cellar. All right, I think it looks pretty good. We'll put some enemies into it. Like I said, I can walk over everything right now. I will block stuff off. Oh, maybe I should make it so I can walk up in here. It would be nice if I made it like... I still have to make most of this stuff on the ground here into objects. I do have the tables already as an object, so I can swap those out. I have a couple of these stools into objects, so that's nice and easy. This, I need to copy over, so that way it layers properly. I do have trouble when it's just a sprite. Telling it doesn't always like it. All right, let's move that up. Let's get back in here. Let's go to the rats. Oops. Put one. I want just enough rats that you'll be able to do the quest, which is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There. That is 10 rats. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 10. So now you'll be able to come down, clean out the rats, and go recollect the reward stuff. All right. Start it again. Come on, OBS. All right, so we don't have any active quests yet. We need to talk, grab a quest. Okay, it says excellent. The cellar door is over in the corner. Be careful down there. Take care of it. Not a problem. I do like the turn-based attack system. I don't know if that will stay in it or if it'll become free attack, like free moving attack system. I'm not sure how I want to do it. All right, so now we have a rat tail, progress. I don't think I like the sound for the bubble very much. Alright. We have 2 tails. Progress is tracking it, which is good. Need to use an apple. So you eat some food, it replenishes your health. First thing I gotta do is a bubble, though. There we go. Welcome in. Welcome in, Raiders. Mr. D-Boy, hi. Welcome to my stream. Currently working on the game that I was having you test out, right? It's coming along. I just finished working on the basement. I know it was not there when you were trying it, but all right, so this is the basement now, right? When you are upstairs and you go through the door, you come down, and this is the basement, right? So we just made... Whoop, there's a rat. I also need to make it, I think, so that when the stamina is empty or low and you are out of combat, it replenishes, like your energy bar, right? So, Mr. D-Boy, what did you come up with any more ideas for the blacksmith? I was thinking about it. If you don't really need a blacksmith, right? Because when you run out of stamina, it kind of forces you into a defend mode. So, like, we'll use it here. It's slightly not lining up properly, right? So we're almost out of stamina here. So now, going into the next battle, I won't have... Whoop. Oh, I have that blocked off there. Okay, we'll fight that one. There. See how, like, it immediately gave you a little bubble? It's because your stamina is low. I need little symbols on the button. I just don't know what to put for them. So the far left button is your light attack. Then you have a heavy attack and defend. Defend replenishes your stamina bar, right? Heavy attack. And I might not make this one. Shield for defense. Yeah, I have a little bubble. I could do a shield. Like, make it look like he produces a shield somewhere. Alright, we're gonna run on this one. see the shop. I want one of these. There we go. We'll buy that. That is a good health potion. And we might as well buy a burger while we're at it, right? There. Then we'll use health potion. All right, so sword, just a regular sword for a light attack. Sword with a thunderbolt, a thunder effect on for a heavy attack. Okay. I do need sounds for when the player gets hurt, as well as, yeah, I can make those. Just a sword, sword with lightning or something, and a shield for this. Oh, there was the second rat. Yeah, see, if you're below energy, it tries to produce a little bubble on you. It just looks a little weird. The timing of it is slightly off on it. That's all. There we are. All right, and since we bought a burger, we get to eat a burger. Heals you all the way up. Now, when we go on into our log, yeah, we're at 6 out of 10, so it's tracking all that stuff, and you can see we have 6 rat tails, so that's working pretty good. Yeah, for the blacksmith, if you don't really need a blacksmith, right, for making, like, melting down copper or iron into the money for copper and iron, I mean, you could make it so that it creates the opposite for you, right? So maybe it takes, I don't know, copper and piece of, I don't know, tin, like flint or something, tin, to, so you take 2 components and it will make silver for you, right? I don't know, something like that. So you can do a conversion that way. That way you can take money that you have and put it in there and melt that. So you put that in there, and you or you take copper ore, another component, and it'll produce silver for you. But the process takes money, so it uses up some of your copper to do it. Maybe something like that. Oh, buffs. Yeah, see, I haven't really got into the buffs yet. I did, on one of my games, I made it to where the inn is. But I never got around to making some of the stuff. Okay, so this is not updating. I need to go do that. Let's move this. Here, let's stop it for a little bit. Farmer boots increases speed on farm tile. Nice. All right, let's go into our dialogue system. Because when you talk to Jeepin, you have NPC, speaker, player, there. All right, so what this is doing is speaker player, right? So it takes the player's portrait and puts it there when the player talks, and it takes the NPC portrait when the NPC is talking. So here we need to do, because this one does not have it, so we need speaker, this, NPC, common, player. There. And then we'll do the player one. And then we'll go and start it, but it should be working now. Say Brewer hangs out. Yeah, Brewer is in the game. On your stream, now here. It's amazing how that works, right? I know, Mr. D-Boy. You said you wanted to be the main boss. All right, so we have Silver. What do you need here? And then if we switch, this should be the player, and it is. There. Still working on it. Need to make a final boss or something. And I know you think the player is goofy. It's supposed to be goofy. I need to come up with a little sign to put on the wall here that shows like a broken mug or spilt like a beer mug on its side or something, right? Because the tavern's called the Broken Mug. If I ever owned a like an Irish pub or something, I would call it like the Broken Mug, which just means it's empty. Yeah. I just think it's a cool name. All right. I think that's working pretty good. I like the way the basement is. I should be able to talk to the other NPCs without the game crashing if they don't have anything to say. but they all are going to have something. I have no idea what to give Brent. He was like, I'm the information broker. I'm like, okay. We'll find something. Kelvar, you still need some sort of wise comment. There's the sheep. And this is probably going to go away, right? So I put the sewer there as sort of a template saying, hey, what if I did something where there was a sewer system? I think that's a great idea. I do not think I'm going to get a sewer built by Sunday. So that's going to come out. We should probably take that out. All right. I think if I can, I want to add some sort of like chat bubble that pops up on the player when you try to get into this area, right? So if you come up here and you get to the bridge, it should say, oh, you know, the bridge is completely destroyed. Like, you can't, you know, looks like I can't cross. Come up here. Oh, fallen trees block the way. That kind of stuff. Same thing, fallen tree. Another fallen tree here and here. Guess you can't go that way, right? To help show that that's not open. We have what? Where is that? Well, I wonder if that's a... It's not a tile. I don't see the little object. It's right there, though. It is accidentally placed in here. So this is basement exit. That doesn't belong down here. That belongs over here. Then this Alright, we'll put a couple things like that. And I may do the same, put small little items up here, some food, everything else. Make it look like that's where you want to go for items, is the barkeep, which, you know, is usually where it goes. And here, to get these items. Yeah, okay. I was thinking about making this building here, right here, be the inn or the pub instead of this long straight building. And that might be more beneficial, or looking up here. I think. All right, I see the notification. There's ads going to be starting in about, I don't know, about a minute. Where am I on coffee? I could use some more coffee. In the meantime, let's find objects. Now we're going to put some trees out. No ad, sir. Well, I can't help that. Sorry. Your request was noted. It is just denied. Sorry. It was not put in time. It was not able to be reviewed properly. All right, like I said, when they go off, I'm going to take a quick be right back, grab some more coffee, and then we'll get back to it, right? Until they do, we'll just keep doing this. I need to fix this. I don't like these straight lines. I don't know. That'll probably be what we work on as soon as I get back, because that bothers me. All right, let's move that so I can see this a little bit. And there are the ads. All right, I will see everybody shortly. Hang tight, and I'll be right back. Get my headset here. It is cold out this morning. I didn't even see what it was down to, but it is cold. It was like 25 out when I was walking her first thing this morning. Okay, let's fix these straight lines, because that bothers me. So we need what? Our grasslands. Probably right there. So like that. That will do that, but where's the marsh? All right, so that's it on the marsh, right? Fine. We need it to look like that, so maybe there, like that. And if we do grass bottom, that's not it. Grass above. Marsh? No. All right, where are we? We need let's do marsh upper. Nope, that's not gonna work. Hate when like one little spot isn't lining up properly and you gotta like sit there and figure it out. All right, so if we did that and that, but then on the one above it, we said this. Oh, wait, that is some grassland stuff. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Oh, that's ancient forest. There we go. Okay. Because then we can come down here and put that in. And maybe instead of baby marsh, we could do that. We can say the grassland stuff so it matches better. And then this piece for the marsh needs fixed. I think that'll be okay. There. So these two need fixed. All right, that is better. Yeah. That works. That is definitely a little better. All right, we can move this guy out of the way. And we'll move him down here somewhere too. Lots of rats everywhere, but there's also these like lizard guys. Because, you know, swamp, right? Rest of lizard folk. There, we'll start putting more of these in here. Maybe one up top. Over here. I don't have anything for the lizards as far as the quest goes, but they're just kind of there to give a lot of support to the rats. I don't know. That should be all right. Yep. That works nicely. Now this one that's orange, this guy right here, is a visible enemy that wanders around. I haven't figured out what I want to make it yet, but it wanders just like everything else. It kind of talks to you, so I wasn't sure what to do with it. For now, it's just going to be there. Trying to make it so the village kind of has a nice feel to it, right? You're like, oh, this is nice, like a little grassland recluse area, but you have, you know, the tough areas right next door. And I think I have enough, like, variety of trees. I'm a tree? I could be a tree. What kind of tree would I be? That's the question. And they all, like, these all have animation to it. I want to make them slightly different. So we'll go through the sprites for some of them. Now, some of the, let's see, grassland scenery. Now, this is just rocks and everything else that I still have to convert over. We'll put one out here. And that will help me remember that we want some objects made. Okay, there we go. For scenery, oops, we need sort of this like combination of things. There. That works. That works just fine. All right. Oh, we need it all the way up here. Well... there. All of these things just mixed in. And then we'll do some ancient horror stuff. Alright, that should work. So one of the things I think I remember was when we were in the basement, the rats down on the bottom here were stuck. It's probably because of that. They can't move in there. So we need to move this down. Move that one. Indian laugh. Term. Good morning. How is your day going? All right, so today is New Year's Eve, right? What does everybody have planned for tonight? Man, stinky. It's that breakfast, man. Telling you. Everybody going out, you doing stuff, staying home. What's everybody planning on trying to do this evening? Now we need this. Moved over just a little bit more. There. I like the minion laugh. That's always fun. Zip, zilch, zero, null, nada, and void. Excellent. we are not going out. Plus, I have to work tomorrow at 7 a.m. So there's no going out. What I think we're going to do is we know some people that are going to be probably streaming tonight for New Year's Eve. They are on the East Coast. So we'll use that as our New Year's, right? Stay up until they hit New Year's, and then we'll be like, we're done. All right, all that is overlapping, right? Except for this. That needs to overlap a little more. Overlapping there. Looks like there. Should be good. All right. Let's stop it. I think it's at a decent point. Let's go ahead and make a new executable for this. And we'll throw it up onto the itch page. edit this, delete the old one, upload the new one. Term Night Null Zipa. Yes. Yeah, I know a lot of people like going out. I don't necessarily like going out for New Year's Eve as much anymore when I did when I was younger. Now I'm just like, you know what? There's just people out there. So we don't need to do that. All right. That is updated. Tab, cycle, right click, pressing E, I, oh, J for inventory. J for journal, / log. There. All right. The itch page is updated with the new one. If anybody wants to play it, the link's at the top of the chat there. It's pinned. It now has the basement and the trees and some other stuff added in. Right? So it's good stuff. Okay. I don't think the quest is quite working. All right, let me start it again, and let's go look. I know it's now recording your progress in the quest, but I don't think it's working very well yet for talking to the barkeep about the quest, nor turning it in. Let's go obtain the quest. Need a job, yes. Rats. I accept. All right, so journal, progress 1 out of 10. And we talk to here. Thanks. What can we do for you? Need a job. It should show up here. Right? You shouldn't have to say, I need to go to the job thing again. Because now you're just going into that. Well, let's move some of this around. Trying to go look at our NPC dialogue, I think. With this, we have welcome. So this is the initial welcome chat. Choices, job, C shop, leave. I think I need to add in here quest turn it. Or item check or something, right? Quest. But it shouldn't show up unless you have an item on you from the quest. So if we make a temporary one out here, and we just say text is west, turn it. All right, so now that should be there, right? Because now you say, oh, I want quest turn it. Need a job. See the shop, quest turn in, or leave. Right? But then you want need a job. We can close that. Rats, this is the quest. Accept the quest, back to welcome, or maybe later. We're not doing job 2 or 3 right now. Quest accepted is the rats. And turn in rats. Right, so quest action, oops, action, function. I think we need to say sort of the same thing we're doing right here. If array contains, maybe, because we want it to jump to here. See, but it's supposed to right here. Dialog quest, turn in rats. That's what we're trying to get it to go to. If array contains active quests, rat to seller, and can complete quest. Oh, rat to the seller. Let's take out this second part. Let's take it out for a minute. Do it. Maybe that might initiate it, because I think I was asking it to check for too many things. Alright, so need a job. Got a few problems. Okay, so a rat. accept. Journal. Let's go down and kill one rat, so we have a rat tail. Progress. In. Thanks. So what can we do for you? Let's choose the needed job. Ah, you are back. Did you clear out those rats? Okay. Now it's starting to work. Yes, I have the rat's tail. See what happens if we say yes. So let me make this bigger so everybody can see this, right? So we have yes. I have the rat's tails. Doesn't look like you've gotten them all yet. Come back when you have 10 rat tails. Okay, so it's checking your bag. That's a nice up. All right, so that's working properly now. We have the ability to check our quest. So I don't even need this now. We'll take that out. Well, actually, let's leave it there. Because maybe, I don't know, what sounds better, chat? Like, when you come through here and you repeat the beginning part, should you go into need a job, then to validate your quest stuff? Or should it be a separate option for quest turn, like turn in? Because I think that would make it, if we have quests, we got to do all the validation stuff ahead of it. But I think we just, like, leaving it as need a job still works, right? And then it takes you down, and then this is where it talks to you. So you have yes, this, you are back. Did you clear out the rats? And then you have an option. You can just say, yes, I have all the rat tails, and attempt to turn it in. And if you don't, it will tell you. Or you can be like, no, still working on it. And then it takes you into that one. Still working. And he says, oh, take your time. Those rats aren't going anywhere. You know. I think that's all pretty good. I think the idea is if we can make a solid loop that is the definition of minimum viable product, right? So now you have the game, you have the ability to go do a quest and turn it in. And there we go. You know, that is your, essentially your game loop, right? It's doing quests. Okay. Well, let's go out and look at some of the other stuff here. trees are looking pretty good. You can walk behind them because they're objects. You walk in front of it. Oh, a little bit of overlap there, but it's all right. I need to make it so you can't walk through the bottom of it, I think. That's the key point. You come around and explore. Come up in here. Oh, there's a skeleton. Why would there be a skeleton and a rat up there? So they're appearing up here. Why? Because that's where it is on this one? It shouldn't be over, like, coming through at all. Those are separate rooms. That's interesting. Interesting. Yeah, alright. Rats, skeleton, they are. What the hell? They are coming through, even though it's a separate room. Who has seen that? All you, for all the GameMaker devs hanging out. Who has seen that? I've never seen that. Why the hell are you coming through? From a different room. Well, that's new. In the meantime, we'll think about it. For sure. Let's see. Characters. Creatures. Alright, we have we're putting Sophie in it. Right? That should be good. We're gonna put Sophie the dog. Inside here. And let's start it and see. Sophie says woof woof and wait up. pay you. So is it drawing 2 of them? It looks like it, right? 2, 4 possible with it. All right, let's move that. What do we have here? This is inheriting from parent NPCs, which means I probably don't need a bunch of this extra stuff. Showing 2 different names. Draw background, text element, in chat range. Going to comment that out. Stop, and let's put Sophie inside, so it's nice and quick to get to. All right, 1 name is now there. It says the woof woof, but it also is doing other NPC chat, and we don't want that. Right? All right, let's move that up there. Let's go back and look at this. So when walk up is to sprite idle up. There's only 1 thing for it though. So yeah, they're all the same, but in here, description, moving, this is where we have it wandering around, which is fine. We took out this initial part because it's duplicating it from the parent, and we don't have to worry about it. So now there's only 1 name there. I'm going to restart it and see if moving this is correct, because I think that's where this is. So let's just stop and double check it. So what is going on the rest of the day? Well, I'm going to be working on this mostly because I go back to work tomorrow. So I know I want to do some gaming as well. I don't know if I'm going to, I may try again on the Warhammer 40K Chaos Gate mission that I'm on. I got right to the end and then died. Or the person I was trying to save died and lost the mission. Okay, so that is, in fact, it. don't think it needs to be that. I think it can go to 18 and look okay. Up here, idle right. There we are. There we are. Walk down and walk up. I think walk down will be to the left. Walk up can be, I don't know. Walk right, walk left, down and up. Right now, down and up. Going up, maybe to the right. Let's see if that fixes it. I don't know what to play today. I know I want to play some games. I do have to spend time in some Guild Wars stuff. I want to try to work more on the Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Sons of the Forest for a little bit. It depends. I got to see what Jeepin's looking to play. And I know she's planning to stream, I think, in the afternoon. And then tonight, we're having sort of our New Year's Eve dinner. It's all going to be good stuff. All right. We have it so that the dog is moving correctly. Doesn't have any feet animation stuff, but that's okay. What I need is to stop it from using the NPC chats. And Panooch, thanks for that Sophie treat. There you go. You gotta get a stretch in. Oh, good stretch. There you are. And how is your morning going, Panooch? You doing well? What if we said not inherit this part? And we turn on this. Would that work properly? So far, so good? Excellent. What do you have planned for New Year's Eve today, Panooch? Answer. Okay, it's done. The player can no longer get soft locked by running out of arrows. Nice. Nice. We're not drawing. We forgot draw self in here. Draw self. There we are. Restart. That's good. I'm glad you figured out how to put in like some sort of way to get a unlimited thing going, right? You're going to go over to the neighbors next door. Excellent. We're not going anywhere, but we are going to hang out here. I think someone was talking about streaming, and so I think we're going to hang out on theirs. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on yet. All right. dog just says woof woof now. You pull a switch and it shoots a bat out of a bat launcher hole in the wall, and the bat always drops an arrow. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be fine. Like I said, I think, Silver's planning the stream. I'm not real sure, but if so, we'll be hanging out there because different time zones, they'll be hitting midnight before us, and we're old and we're not staying up till midnight, particularly because I work first thing in the morning. So... yeah, I ran out of time, so I was only able to, for the winter break, I was only able to use 6 days of time off, right? So that was all last week, and then so 60 hours, so 40 hours last week, and then 2 days this week. So that was yesterday and today, and it just happened to be that I have to go back to work on New Year's Day. It'll be fine. There's hardly anything there, and I work from home, so it'll be a lazy day for me to get caught up on whatever was going on, read stuff, nobody bothering me, all the good stuff. All right. We need the padding on the chat box to be a little different. I don't think it needs to be 8. What if we made it 4? Let's cut it in half. So let's stop it, restart it, and let's look at the dog chat box. There. Woof woof. It's a little better. It could probably come up 2 more. Look at the negative off of it, and maybe that might be okay. Yeah, that's all right. Wiser Given, welcome in. How are you doing today? You do all the CMS for a marketing and sales department at a company you work for, right? Feels like you barely get time off, but you work from home, so it works for you. Excellent. Yeah, I work from home, and it's not bad. I get time off, I just have to take it, but I happen to run out of extra time, so I used up 60 hours for the holiday break. So I had all last week off, so 40 hours there, and then 2 days off for this week. So really, I only have to work Thursday and Friday, and then I'm off again for 3 days. Also, I see ads are going to be starting in about a minute. I do not need to be right back on it. So, you get about 180 hours a year. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, because I have regular PTO and then vacation time. I could have used some vacation time. I was just using my extra PTO stuff. Plus, I want some of the vacation time rolling over for next year, but it's tough. It's tough sometimes trying to figure out when you want to use it, when you don't, right? Everywhere is a little different. Some places all your stuff rolls over. Some states don't. Some leave it up to the company. It's always different. That's all. And like I said, ads are about to go off. You know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't played it. It's any chess. So we're going to do a chess puzzle while we go there. You don't... I'm not sure where you're from, Gibbon, so you don't have any rollover on PTO and none on vacation or sick days. Yeah. Yeah, for because I'm in the U.S., right? So the state that I'm in has vacation rollover, and the PTO, like your PTO part, is up to the company. They usually do it, but I try to use it all up anyways. All right. Let's get this going here. We're going to play some chess while we're on break. We're going to do a puzzle. How's that? We haven't done any puzzles in a while. So, what am I got to do here? Checkmate. Okay, so I'm white. Got to go here. Oh, I have a double block. I have a double protection right here. I can just take the queen, put it up here. It'll be check here, and it's protected by the bishop, right? So if then the king should move here, which means I can move up one, and then it'll be checkmate because the king won't be able to go anywhere. There we go. King moved there, and we go there, and that is it. Good morning, Jeepin. We're in the middle of ads, so playing some chess, because I haven't played chess for a while. You slept later than you planned. That's okay. I'm the one that sets the alarm to get up, so it's okay for you to sleep. That's all. It's all because of you that we did all this tonight. Thank you. This is the illusion. I ran long as always. Let's go to the next one because we still have like a minute left. Find a way to end the game with a checkmate. Okay, where's the king? King's here. We're there. This is going to be one move. Checkmate. I'm going to use my knight. The rook just moved in here, right? Protecting it from the queen. However, I'm going to use my knight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. There is nothing that can get to the knight. And it will be protecting, or it'll be checking the king. And there's no way for the king to get out. No way for them to take out my knight. And that is it. Cool. All right. Ads are over just in time. We just finished playing 2 chess puzzles. So we'll turn that back off. All right. Jeebin, I've been making Sophie in the game. Right? So now she's in there. She needs to be a little bit smaller, I think, though. But there she is. She's right there. Let's make this a little bigger, right? Good morning, Starfish. Yeah, I wanted Sophie in here, and so this is her right here. And Starfish, thank you for a Sophie treat. There she is. Good girl. I'm doing well. How are you? I was asking earlier what everybody is doing for this evening because it is New Year's Eve, and we kind of got a mix. A lot of people are staying in, not going out. Some people are visiting neighbors, friends, that kind of stuff. And yeah, I am not going out and painting the town red or anything tonight. I'm gonna be staying in and being an old adult. Oh, and Jello shots. Yes, we need to make Jello shots. Oh, we didn't make those yesterday. We need to get those in. Huh. They'll be fine for tonight, but we need to make it. That'll be fun. We like having Jello shots, right? Okay, so we're not that old of adults that we don't have Jello shots, but they're fun, right? When you're gaming, hanging out, doing stuff, they're just nice to grab. All right, let's make this just a little bit smaller. Let's just go 28 by 28. There we are. Always room for more Jello. Yeah, there is. All right, we're going to put Sophie out here. And we're just going to make it so that she wanders around over here. But yeah, I guess we got to figure out what type we're making, right? And see what flavors Jello we have. I got two Jeepins out here. I do. Because there's Jeepin and Sophie. And the sheep. Everybody liked the sheep from the last game, so I made it into this game as well. Why is that? Oh, these aren't. That's not an object. Okay, that's why. I need to make some of these into objects, that's all. This one has a little bit of movement. We'll get it. Yeah, I want to make it so that if you come to this bridge, your character is like, oh, the bridge is out, can't get across, right? And then once these are made into objects, they'll fit better. Sophie's just out wandering around. Perfect. And like I said, I do need to find a sound for the pub. All right, so we have a couple options. We have needed jobs, see the shop, and quest. I think we're going to take the quest one out because I think just needed job is the best way to do it. You got a few problems that need solving. You'll be compensated. What kind of work do you have? Rats, right? Silly vermin are taking over the cellar. Those darn rats are everywhere. What can you do to help? It would be great if you could go wipe out a few. And you accept. Excellent. The cellar door is over in the corner. Be careful down there. All right, take care of it. go to the cellar. We now have a working cellar, which, by the way, is updated on the itch page. I did that maybe like, what, an hour ago? So you should be able to go down there and check things out, fight the rats. Can't turn them in yet. I'll be updating again here in a little bit with the quest turn in, but you're able to fight everything, right? So it has rats. Go through it. So I need to make, I keep saying it, we're going to make them soon. Button icons. So you have 4 buttons in a backpack. Here, the one on the left is the light attack, right? The one in the red, which is a little bigger button, is a red heavy attack. And then this is the fend, which will replenish your stamina bar. And then the yellow is run away. All right, so clicking on the backpack doesn't work. Pressing I does not work. That's weird. All right. May move it out anyways. But light attack, heavy attack. Then it kills that rat that you're fighting. And you can look in your backpack, you'll see a rat tail. Proof of a slain rat. Smells awful, right? Then you hit J, and that's where your journal is. And you can see progress is now 1 out of 10. That is working correctly. There is a lizard down here. I have to figure out what is going on. There should not be lizards in the basement. What I think is happening is the overworld map and the interior map are overlapping a little bit with objects. The rats mutated? Yeah, they did. Right? So this is the basement. Does not have any big... oh, you can't see it. Does not have any big lizards in it. But on the overworld, this does. Right? So they're overlapping a little bit. And I've never seen that. So I don't know what is causing it. And it could simply need to be cleaned up and saved and like reopened. So we're going to do that. Let's stop it. Let's do a clean. Alright, clean program is complete. We'll do a save. We'll do a commit. Go ahead and close the game for a moment. We're going to close GameMaker totally and then reopen it. Like I said, I don't know what is causing that. So, it's always something. And it never likes to stay the size on my screen that I want it to. There we are. All right. Let's open this and see if it still is doing that. First run after a clean is always a little bit slower. All right, we're just going to go into the basement. All right. Whoa. Try to run away. Run away. Oh, now we're way up there. Crap. Too many runaways. But I think it did fix the problem. Other way we can check is we'll come outside. And if we go up top, there's a rat. There's a rat. Dang. What the hell's going on? Those should not be there, that's for sure. Well, let me do a quick browser search. And try to see what we can come up with for that, right? GameMaker object enemies from one room show up in another room. Persistent objects keep following you into the next room. No, maybe it's because they are persistent. And I bet that's part of it. Well, rats are not. I mean, the lizards are not. Rats are showing not. Inherited event. I'm not making them persistent. There. Nothing there. Let's look at parent. Here. I don't see anything. That's an unusual problem. That's going to take some time to figure out today, I think. All right. Well, we at least solved the quest stuff, right? So it's seeing it. You're able to do the quest. I need to figure out why the enemies are not staying in their own room and they're showing up in the other one. GameMaker, how to avoid respawn of the enemies? No. How to have a character move between rooms? No. Let's call it issue where GameMaker objects, enemies, from one room. Hey, Gibbon. Yeah, have you ever seen that? So I've never really seen it where the enemies from one room, right? Be it like these, which are in an inside room or interior room, totally separate from the overworld, are showing up here. The same location that they do, but just in the opposite, in another room. And then these guys are, and the rats also transfer over to the other one. So in the other rooms, no. So in this room, I have some, like I have rats, but one of the lizards shows up in here. And when you're in the outer world, overworld map, these guys show up over there. They're not in the same location, but they're each of them are in different, parts of it. So I don't really know. Let's look at. All right, this doesn't have any creation code. Overworld. This has some creation code. Function, scenery, depth. Okay, this is just working on depth. Well, let's go back in and check it, right? Come on, OBS. All right. Let's go outside. And we'll go this way. All right, so there's a rat, and it chases me. There's another rat. Again, I can interact with it. It takes me into a battle. See, there's the skeleton. None of those should be in that corner at all, because they're not there in the overworld map. I've never seen that. Whoa. Don't worry about the trees and the depths and all that stuff. I gotta fix that. Make them into objects still. Well, rats should be in the basement or in the marsh, right? So when you come down here, that one should be here. They're inside the marsh, right? So if I do this, like, look at the map. Rats are not up here at all, nor are the skeletons. So they are not in this section. One rat is here. It's right here on your way down into the marsh. Down here, there's only one little skeleton and some rats and lizard folk hiding throughout here. But as far as that goes, there's nothing else here. The problem is they're identical, right? So this spot and this spot are basically the same as far as coordinates go. So like it's showing up at this coordinate on both maps, like both rooms, and I have no idea why. The NPCs are not, just these like the enemies. So that is something weird. I think what we'll do is we'll take out some of these rats in here. So all those ones will delete.
Let me be your fantasy.
So now it's just skeletons there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to really have to kind of research it, I think. Yeah, all the interiors, they're in the same room because they're small. It was someone suggested it when I was first starting to make this. They're like, oh, you know, what if you made all your interiors on the same one? And I was like, well, you know, never done it. Let's try it. That's all. No particular reason. Normally I don't. Normally they're all separate. But this time they're going to be on the same one. When we revisit, you wonder if the small overlap is the issue. Right here? You mean like the tiles? I don't know. I mean, they're not zoned. Like none of this is exterior. It's all interior stuff. I mean, so when you are here, you have to go into the cave to get into the cave, right? But that still doesn't explain why this, like these enemies here, would show up in the this room. Yeah. And it may go that way because the goal is to end this project on Sunday. And then we'll be starting a 3-month top-down shooter. And then I want to do a 6-month project where I think we're going to revisit this RPG and really see what we can do and expand for 6 months. And then some 3-month project to end the year off. But like I said, I've never seen this. Like, I just don't know why this room has these enemies up here showing up in this room. And these enemies showing up down here in the basement. Not really sure. Because you access this cave from a spot here. Yeah, usually you have to have the object in the room, right? I mean, it's in the room. Oh, all right. So there is one skeleton here. We can take him out. and see if that fixes it, right? There's one skeleton in the outer world. So let's remove him. Right? We'll do a save. We'll do another clean. And we'll start it. Once it starts, we'll just go into the basement, which should just have rats. Trying to collect all the rats. All right, so I don't see the lizard anymore. Run away from all the rats. The rats are gone. Oh, there's a skeleton, though. Get away from me. It's literally creating it in the outer, like, upper world map, and I have no idea why. Because they're not, he's not even on this room anymore. We deleted it. Get away. So I just don't know why I'm transferring between it very well. So usually you have to have an object in the room for it to work. Yes. So if the object is in the room somewhere and you have code to auto-generate or place objects, they can appear in random places, right? But I feel like this is picking up this particular skeleton, and it's at the same exact coordinates, but on the upper, in the other room, right? So what is this at? Like 1152, 276. And it comes out right over here somewhere, right? So 1152 to, yeah, it's coming out right here. So that's identical spot, just in a different room. That's a strange one. Yeah, because it's not like I was trying to work on a respawn system, but it's only gonna, it was meant to replace them right there. It's not even active yet. And they're not being respawned. They're just there in the other room. And it's only some of the enemies and not some of the other stuff. I don't know. Weird bugs are showing up. right? Because I can't find anything about it. Like, I'm trying to look how to spawn objects outside of it. No, I don't want that. Load objects from a room. No. Issue for GameMaker objects. Objects. How about appear from one room into another room. But at same coordinates. Let's see what that comes up with. Player object position after room. No. How to switch rooms. No. I don't think they're. Let me look. I don't think those things are some sort of weird persistent. They're not clicked here, so that's not showing persistent. I don't see anything else here, and they are using parent enemy. So let's look at parent enemy. Parent enemies. Apply chase behavior. Oh wait, I do have persistent on this. I wonder if that does it, if that's doing something for it. Just for the sake of it. Let me turn that off. Let's start it. We'll run up and check to see if it's happening. Yeah, in the object properties, yeah, so let me make that a little bigger with 2. But on here, over on the right-hand side, left-hand side right here, I do not have it checked. That was the first thing I looked at. But I do have it in parent. The parent for it, same persistence equals true. But it shouldn't carry to the room like that. So we're gonna go see if it fixed it. Okay. That might be it. I know you say it, but I'm in that area and the skeleton's not here. Right? So now I'm gonna stop it. We're gonna turn it back on to true, and then come back up here and check. So we've now turned it back to true. We're going to start the game again. And we'll go back out. Yeah, so the issue is the enemies are showing up in the same location, but in a different room than they're supposed to be in. All right, so we're going to go back up here. There's the enemy. So that persistent is making it show up. And welcome in, Jiggly How you doing? All right, so now I got to figure out how I'm using the persistent, because I thought I was trying to do something. I probably did it wrong. But that is what is causing the problem. Okay, and I've never seen it, so yeah. All right, let me close the game. Let's look here. In the parent one, we have persistent equals true. We know that is part of the problem. Depth, hidden. All right, let's turn it off. Right, and then start it again, but check, because I think I was using it with my battle. Yeah, I think I just messed it up. I mean, like, I just put in the wrong thing. That's all. All right, this rat is supposed to be here, so we'll fight that. That's why. It's got something to do with the rat dying. Or any of the enemies dying. Rat, what did I do? Well, let's think about that. Object battle enemy code. Switcher. Description. Alright, so we got our battle. Destroy the original enemy with parent enemy. If enemy's defeated, string enemy. Why did I set it to persistent? I don't remember. Here. So that is for the battle enemies. That's going to control which one they're fighting, right? Instance destroy. That should be destroying the instance of the one, but it didn't if it wasn't persistent. Because it's different rooms. That's why. I did want it to last a little bit. When you switch from this room, so when you switch from the battle room and you defeat this enemy, right? And you come back to this, I wanted it to be persistent, so it destroys this. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to rethink on how to do that. I was like, oh, I wanted you to come back to the room and then it destroys the objects, but the only way to do that was to make it persistent, and I think that's where I messed up. I think I made it too persistent and it affects them all. because I needed it to stay persistent so that if you ran away, the enemy was still there. Originally, I tried destroying the object as soon as you went into battle, but then I was like, oh, but if you run away, the enemy was gone, so I had to make it persistent to stay there so that, all right, I'm going to have to rethink on how I'm going to do that. Maybe flag it. By that, I mean, like, maybe make it a toggle. Kind of what you're saying, given, like, you make it false, but then it could be toggled on if running away or something. I don't know. I have to really think about that for a little bit. Alright. Anyways, at least we've identified what is the initial issue with it, right? Yeah, because if I run away now... Let me... I got my notepad here somewhere. Let's bring this down here. Enemies are persistent between rooms at same location. So that needs to be fixed. Related to battle persistence of the enemies. Alright, at least I'm on the right step and I know that can get changed. That is a thinker. You need persistence, yes. But maybe I can, like I was saying, maybe I can toggle it. Right? So, because we have it off right now. Can't see it, but it's off. If I go and fight something, like this, and I win, so the rat is still there. But if I turn on or tell it it's true, it goes away. Which is weird. Maybe I have something backwards. Yeah. Right, so we turned it back on. And now when we go fight, the rat is gone when you kill it. But it's set to true. So maybe I think I just have it backwards. Right? Well, that'll be something to think about. Because I just can't. Just not exactly sure how you might do that. Yeah. Parent enemies. It's in here, right? We're using battle enemy. It should really be this. Let me look at battle manager here. Get this out of the way. Object, battle persistent, battle player, alarm. Yeah. Then return. And we have battle switcher. Kelfire, would it be easier to save the state of the enemies off and restore them on re-entry? I don't know. It might be. It could be. Alright, so the other thing is we have battle manager, battle switcher, parent enemies. Oh, let's look at battle enemy. Okay, that's this. Let's move that together. Because enemy ID, cooldown, next respawn, return to room, destroy the switcher here. And I wonder, all right, I'm going to turn this back on. We're going to stop it. We're going to start it again and see. And we'll go fight that rat. What did I miss? All right, so this was set to true. Let's do it again. All right, we're gonna come out, go down, fight this again. Still there. Okay, so it definitely is reliant on that. I don't know. It's definitely a weird conundrum. I guess that's what I'm going to try to work on and solve today. But, what is it? Almost 10. That was kind of a fairly short stream. I want to do some other stuff. Take a break, try to think about that, and then come back and work on it a little bit later. Maybe I can come up with something between now and then, too. I just don't know. So, I don't know, since she just arrived. Morning, Jeepin. what? Yeah, I know, Arwen. I forgot you last break. What are your plans? Like, when do you think you're going to be streaming? I'm just wrapping up. Noon. Okay. We got to make some Jello shots. Yeah, we got to make Jello shots because it's New Year's Eve, and us crazy adults need Jello shots, so we can be in bed by 10:30. Arwen is all the way down on the rope trying to look at you. All right. Oh, she's about to uncover her. So if you don't know, Arwen is a Quaker parrot. She's 4 years old and likes to talk a lot. All right, let me see who's on. I think this is a good spot and try to do some other stuff, and then I'll be back to this. So let's see who is on this morning. Who do we have doing some game dev or something? New. Well, I think I see everybody on, but they're like a lot of people are just playing games today. All right. I know we did this the other day, but I don't really see a lot of devs on doing dev work. So there's that, right? All right. Let's go visit JD. Given you were going to stream, then they sent you more work. Yes, work gets in the way a lot, doesn't it? All right. I appreciate everyone. We're going to go ahead and visit JD Does Dev, see what he's working on. Don't forget, in probably about 2 hours or so, GP and Annie will be streaming. She's going to be doing games. And I don't even know what we're doing later. We're just going to be hanging out, probably playing some games, mixing in between stuff. And it'll be good stuff, right? But we're going to go visit JD Does Dev. And I hope everybody has a happy New Year's Eve. Be safe. And I will see everybody on Saturday in the new year, 7 a.m. Mountain Time, and we'll go over this. And like I said, my goal is to end this project by on Sunday. So see everybody in the new year. Let's go ahead and say hi to JD Does Dev.